I shouldn't do. You know, if I mistreated everybody, no one would want to come to church. I understand that. I'm not saying everything we do is wrong, but I'm trying to make a point. It's not just the preacher, is their role. The preacher's job in ministering, I've not been doing it effectively. I'll be honest with you. Okay? And the Lord's chastised me for it. I've preached myself sometimes till I'm tired of preaching. And part of it's my fault because I've not imparted into other people what they need to be doing in terms of discipleship and reaching other people. I'm going to do my best to change that. Okay? But the reality is folks, our ideology needs to go from who I am. And we take this all. This is some of the things that we hear all automatically. I'm going to quit. I'm about done anyway, but I'm going to quit. You know, as soon as you talk about soul winning, somebody says, I can't do that. I'm backward. I'm shy. I don't like to talk to people, and it makes me nervous. Part of the problem is because we have the ideology wrong. Right. We're not talking about soul winning. We're talking about discipleship. Right. And discipleship is based on relationship. Remember I said when the rabbi picked a disciple, what happened? They're together now. Yeah. Everywhere, everything, doing stuff together. Okay? Now I know in a modern day world you can't just say, come follow me and someone's going to do that. Okay? But in a modern day world where we can connect every moment of the day, Facebook, Twitter, and email messages and text messages, and there's no excuse why we can't get somebody that we are targeting on purpose to win them as a friend with the ideology, the prayer mind, the background, the praying in the background, the intercession for them, saying, Lord, I want to make them my disciple. Right. And let me get you something else. Too often in the church we feel like we reach the end and we're done.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to pick on the older folks, and I know Brother and Sister Will is probably the oldest, Brother and Sister Palmer close behind. We're not done.
Right.
Okay. Your ministry's not done.
Right.
I had a long conversation with Brother Garlis and some other guys about this the other day. For too long, the ideology is when I step out of the pulpit, I'm done, retired. Well, that's just nothing.
Right.
Pulpit ministry really is nothing.
Right.
Okay? If that's all we are, then we're missing the mark. If I'm only serving God 3 times a week when I get behind the pulpit, then I'm not it.
Right.
But every day I'm around people, and every day you're around people, and every day we can be somehow, some way, finding a way to impart into them. Right. Now, we can do that in the church, certainly. We got people coming to church here that don't know the first clue about what's going on.
That's right.
Okay. How are they going to learn?
That's right.
How are these little kids going to learn? You Sunday school teachers want to know why it's important. Why are we praying in Sunday school? Why are we talking about it? Why? Because they aren't getting taught that at home.
That's right.
Okay. They didn't get taught it at church.
That's right.
Okay. And we've seen them bouncing off the walls. Okay. So what has to happen? Somewhere, someone makes a connection and puts their arm around somebody and says, let me show you why we do this, how we do this.
Right. Right.
I know you can't do that immediately. I understand that. But it takes time. So that's where the discipleship problem. What Jesus do? He took these guys aside. He had dinner with them. He took them to weddings. He did, they went by the seashore. He spent his time with them. And then when they had questions, he answered their questions. When they stood there watching all this, and they were just as dumbfounded as everybody else. And when they got by themselves by the side, they said, hey, what was all that? And he took the time to explain that. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying to answer some questions, because I know there's questions. But the reality is that all of us are at a certain level. And here's the key. All of us are at a certain level. Somebody that has not served God any longer than we are, or that is, let me say it this way, less mature than we are spiritually, we can have a positive influence on them.
That's right.
For years we feel like, well, it's got to be the pastor because he's supposed to be the most spiritual. Hogwash.
That's right.
First of all, he's not always the most spiritual.
That's true.
Catch me on a bad day, you'll find out I'm not always like spiritual. I got to pray a lot. Did you ever have to repent, Brother Willis, and get your attitude right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to make a point, folks. We all collectively. Someone wrote a book. It says it takes a village to raise a child. Anyone read that book? Did I quote it wrong? I think it is. Someone else wrote a book, Everything I Needed to Know in Life I Learned in Kindergarten. Right? It takes a church to make a disciple. Okay? but they're going to be influenced by their teacher.
Right.
Now, Jesus went as far as telling his disciples not to accept titles. Because in their day and age, you know, they were all about the fancy robes and the great followings. And to be called rabbi meant you were somebody special and given special treatment. He said, no, that's not the way we are. Okay? He didn't want them to take titles. He didn't want them to take lessons or take position. But he wanted them to be teachers. Why? Because we're not trying to model somebody after me or after you. We're trying to model him and then telling them why we follow him so that they can not only model what we do, but they're modeling him in the process.
Right.
Paul said it this way, follow me as I follow Christ.
Yes.
I'm going to quit with that. Let's stand. God bless you.